Payouts are down, more weather delays, and possibly the greatest round of disc golf ever. Well, not according to the ratings. I'm Jefferson, and alongside me, the one with all the holes in his game, Swiss Cheese, breaking down everything you need to know from round 2 of the World Championships. Shout out to everyone who's come said hello. If you haven't and you're here, please do. I mean, that's the only way you're going to be able to get one of these exclusive hats we have for sale. $30 USD, or whatever the hell that is in euro. We're currently recording this at 1:30 in the morning. Please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the daily round recaps. But before we can get into all that, we have to talk about what truly shocked some in the community. Even made Drew Gibson pull out the Heaven's Gate backdrop for one of his famous rant videos. This one's topic, the World Championship payout, and the $10,000 decrease for the winner. Obviously, Drew felt the type of urgency letting the people know since he even self-promoted it over on the Disc Golf Discussions page. At least he didn't go to Reddit.
But I think anytime you go drastically backwards in payout, that's not good for the players and that's not good for the sport.
If you haven't seen the full video, go give it a listen. That way, you can't complain about lack of context as we go through some of his points to further understand the subject. I will admit, this hasn't been brought up a single time to us so far at Worlds. I'm only making that aware because usually we're the first place people go to complain.
They're boasting on the website 25,000 spectators, that it's going to be on their local television station. Is that 5,000 people that are just going to go every day? How are you selling 25,000 people tickets?
The issue with this is the estimated spectators also includes everyone watching for free, just like every European Open. So that's not really the place to look for answers. Back to the drawing board we go.
Is it the promoters of the event are making a lot of money? Is it that the parks were $100,000 a day to rent out?
Just like ice in Finland, we don't have answers. But if anyone does, I'm talking to you, pdga, let us know so we can inform the community and put to rest any conspiracies. I won't go down that rabbit hole here, but there are legitimate concerns that need to be acknowledged.
If you're going to knock it down this much, you need to be saying that so people can make a decision on if they're simply going to go or not.
I wonder what the players' thoughts truly are. I'm sure majority would have made the same decision to play. It's still the third largest prize pool Worlds has ever seen. Not so bad when you put it that way. Drew brings up another idea that I'm not sure if I agree with.
A lot of these guys would have rather stayed in America, played in whatever, Vermont, for example, and cashed a much better, healthier paycheck.
Nate Perkins was not shy to respond, stating the World Championships in Europe is bigger for the sport than just payouts. He gave multiple reasons he believes the event was a success, and I can't really disagree with him. It's only day 2, and I'm shocked at how electric the atmosphere is. Something I've never experienced in the 20-plus pro disc golf events I've attended.
What am I expecting us on YouTube to do about this? I don't know, but I think that the more that this stuff gets swiped under the rug and, oh, well, this or oh, well, that, it makes it worse for our game because we're not progressing. We're not making moves to the next stage and the next thing.
Well, Drew, we did our job by sharing the information, and to anyone who can provide answers, we're pretty easy to spot on the course. Thankfully, being at the event means I get to hear my own inner monologue instead of the typical commentary. That means I have no opinion here, just passing this along. I want to give major props to the crew for taking care of the rain delays so well. Not a simple task with so many people scattered across the property, but the hard work paid off as according to Scott Stokely, lightning struck a basket. Some would say that's pretty damn shocking. Okay, on that note, Swiss, let's get into the FPO action.
Listen, I would love to believe that we're that good at daily recaps that we scared off everyone else from doing them all together. Or they just might be really afraid to pronounce the names. Either way, Disc Golf World has got you covered, and thanks to the comment section, now fully prepared to drop Ida and not Lida, Le Tamaki. And I might as well get to know it because this young talent is going to be around for some time. And you guys know the saying, when in Finland, do as the Finns do. The FPO action was looking to recover from some poor performances, raw emotions, and I hate to use a Brody buzzword here, but some identity. As most of the largest names, expected favorites, and popular storylines are no longer really in the picture. Add the lead card combined for a 13 over today with continued putting lowlights, and let's not even get started with that Evelina bullseye putt, because most had too much fun with that one already. And thankfully, Owen Scoggins was there to answer the call. And most importantly, that was on the putting green also, as she was dropping putts like towels in the sauna. Not only going 100% from C1X on the round, but also for the event thus far, resulting in over 5 strokes gained putting for the tournament. At least that's for now, as that stat could still improve. And let's keep in mind, that's defending Masters World Champion Owen, who also finds herself atop the leaderboard at Worlds this year, looking to make history by not only becoming the oldest to win a Worlds, but to take down both in the same year. All done by managing the front half fairly well, limited her bogeys down to 1 on the round, and scored on the back half with 5 birdies. That resulted in a tie for the hot round and a 2-stroke lead over 15-year-old Lei Tamaki, who will be one of the 3 Finns on lead card after scoring a 2-under for round 2. For Ida to perform on this stage at this age, in her home country no less, with all the pressure and nerves, certainly is impressive and an interesting watch moving forward. She does have all the tools and a confident putting stroke to take down this event even from a crafty vet like Owen. Tying Owen for that hot round was Norwegian Ida Emilie Nesse. That performance had her climbing up 27 spots onto chase card, knocking on the door. Henna Blumroos finished 1 over for the round and missed 8 C1X putts for the day. Luckily though, most came from the edge of the circle. That all being said, she's still only 3 strokes behind Owen with 2 more days at Nokia left to play, where she should be able to not only close the gap on Owen's lead, but possibly take it all together, even with that putting percentage. That, and no one is really sleeping on Silva Saarinen, especially here. She seems to be one of the rooting favorites. She's looking to close the gap tomorrow by hitting more fairways at Tampere tomorrow. Now let's just drop it off to Jefferson, so we might be able to get some rest, just to be back at it again tomorrow.
Over on the MPO side, Ezra Aderhold shocked everyone by dropping what Adam Hammes and Gannon Burr are calling the greatest round of all time. Nailed a 42-footer for birdie on hole 2 and followed that up with 2 more birdies. Aderhold carved lines through what has been described to me as European W.R. Jackson, but made his first mistake on hole 5 with a missed C1X putt. Bounced back strong, completing 3 more birdies for the Turkey. Found himself in more trouble, but would smack the 68-foot putt for par to finish the front 9 6 under. I don't want you to forget that there was a delay at some point. Not exactly sure where, but if it was around hole 10, maybe I'll cut him some slack on another missed C1X putt. Or maybe that's just what he needed to go on an insane run, which he did, birdieing the remaining holes to finish out the round. If you have trouble counting like me, that's 8 birdies in a row. He was not only throwing dimes from anywhere and everywhere, but also dominated from the green, going 10 for 12 inside the circle and perfect from beyond. Jumped up 10 spots into solo possession of first by 4 strokes. He's even gone on record to say that this is the best round he's ever thrown, which is funny because he shot 2 rounds that rated higher than this and 1 tied. But he'll still need to keep grinding for that elusive 1100 rated round, as this would fall short by 6 points. That actually stirred up more drama than the payout situation. Isaac Robinson went to Facebook to say it's crazy that a 14 down isn't 1100. Other pros went to the comments to share their perspectives. Many also pointing out that there were multiple rounds over 1100 last weekend on a much easier track. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about ratings, so I'll leave you guys in the comment section to fight over it. Sullivan Tipton only dropped a single spot after a respectable 6 under, although he's going to need to score better if he wants a chance heading into the Beast. Nicolas Antela moved up 17 spots into 3rd after a 10 under round that he can still improve upon. Missed a circle 1 putt on hole 9 and 15 after playing the holes to near perfection. Good thing he was dropping them in from distance, taking strokes when he could, the longest being over 60 feet for a birdie on hole 10. And oh man, listening to that crowd, it's clear who they're rooting for. Sneaking onto day 3 lead card, you had Gannon Burr, who started off with a bogey but recovered strong from there. He's yet to put together what he would consider a good round, but still in striking distance with 1 more to go at the Monster. There should be even more separation, especially if the weather is wet as forecasted. But we're just going to have to wait and see. And that's everything you need to know from round 2 of the Disc Golf World Championships. Make sure to subscribe to not miss out on tomorrow's recap, and if you happen to be here and see us, come say what's up. Seriously, don't be shy. I promise we're going to be more socially awkward, but at least you're going to get a free sticker, so it's all worth it. Huge thanks to everyone at home supporting. Now, I can finally go to bed.